What is up, YouTube, and welcome to this American Horror Story Red Tide finale. And oh boy, was this a weird ending to one of the best half seasons. Now, this finale was rushed, had clunky writing, and the subtlety of a pale bite, and had the low quality of some of the worst American Horror Stories episodes, with lines like, "The gays would stop coming," and "I don't like people watching me eat." We even had the chemist turn vigilante by turning racist cops into pails, which, my god, was absolutely cringe. It seemed like the writers had no idea how to end this season, and the trademark second twist was missing, and we just got the chemist turn on her creations. Admittedly, we do have the second part of double feature, but I'll get to that at the end of this episode. We open with the police chief's body being found, which, to be honest, hey, I forgot that was even a thing, as it took half the Red Tide story for that to even be brought up again as a state trooper comes to investigate as the body is finally found. Now, having a hardline replacement for the police chief the next episode would have really increased tension, but what do I know? I'm not a student of the story prism. Dennis O'Hare destroys once again verbally, absolutely taking down the residents who want gaudy changes to their homes and businesses, but he shades them right back. The state trooper comes in saying she's investigating, but it's the final episode, so there's not going to be any investigation, as she's never even seen again. Instead, we learn that the town council has been in on it all the time, as Dennis O'Hare's character threatens the pill-taker cabal. It's a shame this was so rushed, as the episode did bring up a lot of interesting ideas. I did wonder what the locals thought of the pails, as it was bizarre in the first episode that these things just wandered around killing random people, and the locals are like, hey, at least we get the pink dollar. Now, talking of lazy writing, somehow Harry has done a 180 and is like, yeah, I'm not taking these pills anymore, as he's written 5 years of material, ignoring the fact that his daughter is an absolute psycho and needs to take them regularly so she can perform with her violin. Only last week he was like, Doris, we're splitting up, and you know what, it's kind of a good thing. And did he suddenly think that Ursula and Alma would be like, yeah, I'm okay not making loads of money as long as you've got lots of material? Why? The conflict between Hollywood and Belle and Austin does come to a head as Eli is taken and they all have to head to the chemist's house. I did make it fun, or at least find it funny, that Harry was like, yeah, I'm going to just take some nootropics. What are you talking about? Now, the twist here is out of nowhere, but we must remember that Ursula and Alma met the chemist last week, but we never saw the outcome of that, and I did expect them to come into a trap. It seems they did come to an agreement that Ursula can take the chemist and the pills over to Los Angeles. Now, Belle also acts bizarre in her absolute hatred of Hollywood, decrying the influence of Hollywood, and says how people used to hate Hollywood types and looks down on them. She despises them, which seems odd, and I do think her backstory of having a horrible husband, moving on to taking the pills, and then being a horrible person is pretty darn jarring. However, Ursula has a plan B for them, or them minus Harry, to get out of the house, as she's tricked the pails. Harry decided to try and eat normal food and get the nootropics to get them to have similar effects to the pills, which is obviously not going to work. Ursula tricks the pails that there is a new pill that can reverse their condition and plays on their possible hatred and anger at the talented. I thought that was pretty clever, as we see the effect of this when the pails rush in, leading to a bloodbath. We see that Harry wasn't part of their plans. He's killed as Alma feeds on him, leading to the cringiest line where she says she doesn't like it when people watch her eat. Wow. The chemist, Ursula and Alma are off scot-free as they head back to LA, and the whole thing is blamed on Harry, which no doubt will help sales of his TV show and movies that he's written, and we never even see that police officer again. Now, while the episode was a weak finale up until now, things dive off a cliff as we head to Los Angeles. Now, the chemist has been feeding, this is ridiculous, been feeding racist cops the pill which makes them pails, which is possibly a absolute awful storyline, possibly the worst I've seen, but it has all the subtlety of an absolute hammer when handling race. Seriously, did a pale write this episode? It is awful. I'm all for racist cops getting their just desserts, but this is just... wow. That's all I can say on that part. Alma also heads to an audition where it's down to her and another kid, which leads to her to kill him. And I wonder, how did she manage to get him downstairs, kill him with no one seeing, then get back in no time at all? I know it's a stupid horror show, but at least pretend it's plausible. I'm not sure I even like the fact her audition was so close as well. The other scripts were written, the paintings and everything like that were praised instantly, but it's down to her and someone else. My main problem is the absolute short-sightedness of Ursula, who is slinging the pills to anyone she can find. Why not just get the script submissions and give them to truly talented people, as she's created a vampire pandemic down in Los Angeles? I did like the speech at the end of her slagging off the hack who has his own seminar, as it was blind leading the blind. We had no answers as to why Lyme disease was always seen as such a big thing at the start, or how the pills were made. The chemist revealed that users attacked each other in different ways and there were different versions, and how the military was behind it, but we had no explanation of, well, anything. Why the story wrapped up, it kind of seemed a bit pointless to even have the chemist in any way. We only saw the trooper Remy once and never again. It just seems so bizarre and rushed, which is a real shame because I really like this season. But we have part 2, Death Valley, starting next week, and I hope that it does link in with this. I might have to do a breakdown on the trailer at some point this weekend if that's something you're interested in, as I've heard some really cool theories that, like, Karen's painting revealed the secret of where these pills came from, and I do think that it could be alien blood inside these pills, and they start to turn into aliens, but not fully because they were human originally. But hey, that's just an absolute theory, but I do think it's really cool. And there is rumors in the upcoming trailer that we've just had that there's Marilyn Monroe, there's a few other Hollywood people, and we do know that the CIA, the FBI were all connected to old Hollywood. So in that mind, I think that this could have been connected and the pills have been slung a lot earlier than we ever expected. The chemist is not dead, she's still around and gone off to a new place with Eli, so I'm very interested to see where that goes next. But the season isn't over. We've got Death Valley, so we can look forward to that. If you liked the episode, let me know down below. I'd love to hear what you thought, what you liked of it, because while I didn't like it, I'm sure there's many people who actually enjoyed it, and I'm happy for you. But that is it for this video. I will see you soon. I'm back tomorrow for Midnight Mass. Please drop a like down below and subscribe with notifications on, and I'll see you soon, and goodbye.